Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A child badly hurt in a sledding accident, but it's where his mother was when she found out, and who could possibly be responsible for it that has many stunned.
A terrible early morning car accident sends 2 police officers to the hospital, but tonight it has also silenced a prominent Detroit voice.
All right, Mara, also a new social media survey giving us new insight into how people's attitudes about the COVID vaccine differ depending on the county in which they live.
But we're going to start things off here at 11 with some snowy weather.
Live pictures there of the road conditions up near Great Lakes Crossing as a winter weather system rolls through again. Let's start things off tonight with Ben.
Yeah, Devin and Kim, there's not a lot of snow out there, but you can tell from the pictures there, it's enough to cover the roads. We're going to see a little bit more before this finally wraps up, and it will probably be enough to get the shovels out by tomorrow morning. Let's go to Storm Tracker 4. This stuff is light to moderate at times. You saw a couple of those flakes get a little bit big, at least in Mara's live shot there. You can see that we got a little bit of a darker stripe right across the center part of the area. That will gradually slide south as we get through the nighttime hours, but this is not going to be long, at least for the accumulating part of it. You can see here as we go forward, a lot of this stuff is going to be wrapped up within the hour plus. Places that will still see more snow are going to be generally from the city south, and it's not going to be much, maybe an additional few tenths on top of what you've already got. Then that wraps up by early tomorrow morning. Clouds break up in the afternoon, and we finally get some sunshine. So how much are we talking? Probably around an inch in most locations. Again, those higher totals from the city south, and that will be it for snowfall until we get towards the end of the work week. Temperatures in the afternoon get a little bit warmer than what we saw today, but on the flip side, the nighttime lows get even colder. We'll see how long that lasts as we look at your 7-day forecast coming up, guys. Don't forget the Local Forecasters app is where you can find the 10-day forecast and a whole lot more. Download it for free in your app store by searching WDIV. Guys?
Thank you. An investigation is underway in Melvindale for what police say is a suspicious death. That investigation happening at a home on Wood Street near Oakwood Boulevard and I-94. Police tell us Melvindale detectives and Michigan State Police investigators were called there. Police did not release any more information. We're expecting to learn more about what happened tomorrow.
A shock to the system for the Detroit legal community. Prominent defense attorney Cliff Woodards was killed this morning. His car collided with a Detroit police squad car, which had its lights and sirens activated. Cause of the crash still under investigation. We bring in Mara McDonald, who is live at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice tonight. Mara, Cliff was a friend to a lot of us in the broadcasting world, but his real home, of course, was the defense bar.
You know, Devin, this is so hard. And, you know, Cliff was well known in both in the legal community as well as his time as a host on AM 910. Simply put, if you ever met Cliff Woodards, you simply could not forget him. I laugh every time I see this picture, which was what Cliff Woodards used as his profile picture on social media, and it captured his lovable, irascible nature completely. Cliff was known for 2 things in Detroit. Number 1, being a mentor and advocate for fellow Black attorneys just starting out.
He showed me how to make money and navigate through the criminal justice system, learning how to do cases and make money in Wayne County. If it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have even learned criminal law the way I did.
And number 2, his unfailing ability to get a conversation started. Woodards loved being an agent provocateur, and he loved to debate, and sometimes his unfiltered tendencies got him in trouble, but most of the time it triggered, at best, interesting conversation and heated debate. There were no topics he would not discuss, which explains, in addition to his legal work, his one-time radio hosting job at 9:10 a.m. In person, as in on the radio, Woodards was a larger-than-life presence, always fashionable, with his glasses, which usually matched his outfit, perched on top of his head.
Long before Cliff became a lawyer, Cliff was who Cliff is, and the legal profession, they just got to experience what we already know. There was not going to be a dull moment with him. There was going to be a debate about something.
Back here live, Judge Coleman is right. Never a dull moment. If Cliff Woodards was in the room, there was certain to be some sort of excitement. And so many people really want some answers After that crash this morning, DPD says it's working on it. We're live at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
So true, Mara. We are really going to miss him. All right.
Yeah. Well, we now move to the coronavirus as we look at today's developments in Michigan. The state reports 1,769 new cases and 11 more deaths over the past 2 days. Meijer plans to vaccinate up to 25,000 people, 65 and older, at its stores by the end of the week. The stores, they can make an appointment. High school athletes were back to practice and games today. Athletes have to wear masks if they can. Those who cannot will undergo consistent testing. A new Facebook survey shows how people's eagerness to get vaccinated varies across local counties. The survey asked people if they would get a shot if they were offered one today. Washtenaw County had the highest number of yes answers, just above 85%. Oakland and Livingston were close behind in the high to mid 70s. People in Monroe, Macomb, and Wayne counties responded favorably at a rate just below 70%.
Well, we are now just hours away from a key moment in the second impeachment of Donald Trump. Debate will begin tomorrow morning on the constitutionality of the upcoming impeachment trial. Opening arguments are set for Wednesday. As the Trump defense team plays this as political theater, his opponents say abuse of power cannot go unpunished. On the eve of Donald Trump's second Senate trial, House impeachment managers say the former president incited violence with his rhetoric.
We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Trump's lawyers laid out their case in a pretrial brief Monday. They say the impeachment itself is unconstitutional and simply an act of political theater.
It's just partisan politics under a different name.
As the impeachment process plays out in the Senate, the House is working on COVID relief legislation. But Democrats are divided over whether to include an increase to the minimum wage.
If you look at who has kept us together these last almost a year now since COVID hit, it's people we haven't thought were worth paying $15 an hour. We need to pay people what their worth is.
President Biden doesn't think the progressive proposal will make it into the final package.
My guess is it will not be in it.
Another sticking point, stimulus checks. Moderates want to lower the income threshold and give the full amount to people who make $50,000 a year or less.
Families making $275,000, $300,000 a year may not be the most in need of checks at this point.
From a political point of view, a little bit absurd that you would have under Trump these folks getting the benefit, but under Biden, who is fighting hard for the working class of this country, they would not get that full benefit.
But congressional Democrats do agree on a tax credit to give some families at least $3,000 per child. We will, of course, continue to follow the developments with the COVID relief bill, and you can watch the impeachment trial as it starts tomorrow right here on Local 4.
An investigation is underway into a controversial phone call made by former President Trump in an attempt to overturn Georgia's election results.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
That's what Trump said on January 2nd to Georgia's Secretary of State, who immediately turned down the president's request. Both the Georgia Secretary of State's office and the Fulton County District Attorney's office are now looking into the call to determine whether criminal charges are warranted. The hour-long phone call could also play a big role in Trump's upcoming impeachment trial.
The state's Bureau of Elections is now investigating an alleged payoff scheme involving the new chair of the state Republican Party. Ron Weiser was elected chair on Saturday. It'll be his third term leading the party. Before the election, the outgoing chair, Laura Cox, accused him of paying $200,000 in party money to his Secretary of State candidate, Stan Grott, to drop out of the race in 2018. Weiser denies the allegations.
Tonight, Detroit police putting out a new call for help to find two suspects in a Wayne State student's death. 18-year-old Casey Willis was shot and killed in December. Video showed a man firing a gun before running off. It happened on Cardone near Nevada and I-75 on Detroit's east side. Anyone with information is asked to call police. You can also leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers. That number to call is 1-800-SPEAK-UP. There's a $10,500 reward.
Still ahead here at 11, Facebook's new crackdown on misinformation, the false claims they'll be looking out for when it comes to vaccines.
Plus, a sinister plot against a small Florida town's water supply. Someone hacked in and tried to make a dangerous chemical. Wait until you hear how a worker realized just in time something was wrong.
A 9-year-old boy in critical condition here tonight at Children's Hospital. Coming up, the shocking circumstances surrounding his sledding accident.